Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to part 3 of the massive unboxing. So I learned my lesson from earlier, obviously, as you can see. I have already taken out the huge white shipping box, then fought with the styrofoam, then fought with the protective film over the box, and now we can finally take a look at it. So this is the Caterpillar 793F mining truck. Although this thing is huge, it is not the biggest mining truck in the Caterpillar range. That honor goes to the 797F. A lot of people think that the MT 4400 is actually the biggest truck, and that is not the case at all. So, looking at the top of the tin, pretty decent picture of the truck at work. In a mine, very obviously. And here, you can see Hewitt Caterpillar. So, if you viewers would be so inclined to, let me know where Hewitt Caterpillar is. Where's that based out of? And, tell me where that cat dealership is. Okay, so the tin is out of the way. Actually, it's not. Forgot to show you the back. My apologies. Another picture of the truck at work and the specification details or machine dimensions in both English, because we Americans tend to not want to be with the rest of the world, as well as the metric system. Okay. A little bit of a rough landing there, but got her out. Okay. So here she is. Obviously, very large. The tires are different than the North Scout one. The wheels are different than the North Scout one. The mirrors are painted. Taking a look back here at the rear end of the machine, these are designed to lock something in the back for service. I don't remember offhand what it is. Very small range of oscillation, but you have metal rock deflectors between the tires. Very cool. The machine does have a very good steering angle in either direction. Excuse me. We'll take a look at it from the front. Now, if you're unfamiliar with these big mining equipment, you're probably saying, okay, how does a guy get up into one of these to drive it? Well, it's pretty simple. Enters here, walks all the way up here, turns around, and enters from there. Also, these wheel chocks are a nice added inclusion. However, they should be painted a slightly different color yellow than they are, because they are a different manufacturer than Caterpillar. So let's show the dumping angle of this behemoth. And the dumping height is so large, I can't even get it in the frame. So there it is. Very good range. The cylinders are 3-stage, as you can see here. Apologize if I'm making you guys a little dizzy. At any rate, there is the 793F, made in 150 scale. Alright, let's get him out of here. Move on to the next item. So mercifully, we return to a more suitable, smaller item. Item number 85192. White box means it's a Highline series. And this is the D6K XL Track-Type Tractor bulldozer. And just so I don't have to keep beating a dead horse, all of these models that you'll see today are in 1 to 50 scale. So please keep that in mind. All right. So there's the top of the tin, Cat D6K XL Track-Type Tractor. 1/50 scale, item number 85192. And as I've mentioned before in some of the other videos, those of you who have collected the Norscot versions of these, it's really easy to ascertain the item number of the updated Diecast Masters. Just replace the 8 with a 5, because Norscot always had 55 followed by whatever the number. Here's a picture of the Norscot version, not the Diecast Masters version. That's not really the first time we've seen that. Here's your specification details, again in English and in metric, and a picture of the D6 working. This one has 2 finger holes. It's nice to see. If the head honchos at DM are watching, which I know at least one of them excuse me. I sometimes try to sound like I'm intelligent. Anyway, we want to see more holes. It's a lot easier to get the models out, so include at least 2 finger holes. And here she is. So, I don't know why, but if you can see the operator, he looks like he's just kind of lounging and just chilling around behind the controls. I don't think that's how the operator's angle would normally be, but nevertheless, pretty comical. Okay, so let's see if they've kept the opening door feature that was on the Norscot version. One of the first items that Norscot had opening doors on. And I'll tell you what, it looks like it does. You just have to be really careful and patient with it. See if you can get a fingernail. There you go. So this might be a model for those that hate the operators in the cab. This might be one of the models where you can take your hard worker out of it. Close that back up. So the vents have been updated, which look fantastic. A little bit of a rough finish there on the exhaust, but nonetheless looks good. Tracks, they look pretty good. You can already see that the 3-shank ripper goes up and down, and it will hold any angle that you want. Nice black air conditioner unit, since this is a enclosed cab. Blade goes down that far, which is just below grade. But it will raise to that height, which is pretty good. And it'll tilt either way. Now, for the rolling test, let's bring out our simulated dirt. And the tracks will roll in both directions really well. Last thing about this piece before we move on to the new model, again, because I know there are many of you that want to see this, please remember that the item you're looking at now is the D6K. This is the D6T, previously seen and reviewed. You can see the difference there. Obviously, the D6T is a little bit bigger, and it does appear to have the LGP setup on it, although I'm not 100% sure on that. But pretty confident that it does, judging by the length of the track links. Here's what they look like end to end and from behind. So there's those two. Alright guys, so we'll stop the video here and we'll come back with the next part. Thank you again for watching and stay tuned.